Hi everybody, TJ Mack of Vintage Cards and Nostalgia here. And I spent last weekend in Cincinnati at my 16-year-old son Michael's baseball tournament. Being at the baseball field, watching him play, it made me realize how precious time is and the importance of enjoying the moment. On Saturday, his team played at the Xavier University baseball field, and it made me think of him as a 4-year-old, and I would throw him the ball, and he used to step out of the path of the ball coming in, and he would try to catch it from the side because he was afraid of getting hit. Now, just 12 short years later, he stands in the batter's box facing fastballs coming in at around 80 miles per hour. It's a testament to all the time and effort he's invested in this glorious game. It was just such a special weekend. On the long drive back home, I thought about what I wanted to discuss this week. I reflected on my collecting journey, both as a child and an adult. I pondered what I value most as a collector and what I enjoy watching and learning about on YouTube, both of which are ever-changing, and where my collection is heading. I considered my plan for the culmination of my collecting and what I want my cardboard legacy to be. Now, these thoughts, they run through my mind because I strongly believe in having a collection that is curated and reflective of my passion for history, nostalgia, and most importantly, my family. Now, in future videos, I plan to continue to delve more deeply into these topics, but today I want to talk about the focus on condition of vintage cards and the struggles that I have with it. Now, first of all, I'm going to get the cliche statement out of the way to collect what you want and how you want. We all know that. We all believe that, I think. And if you love talking about corners and centering and grades and registration, have at it. I know it's a very popular topic. But I also want to express the respect I have for those who have expertise in assessing the condition of cards. I mean, I collect predominantly graded cards, so really it would be hypocritical of me to say that I don't appreciate that. It is just that the condition of my vintage cards is a topic I often shy away from discussing, not out of disdain for those who find joy in it, but because of a personal conflict I hold within. Looking at the condition of the cards is one of the least enjoyable parts of collecting for me. I wish I didn't care as much about it as I do. It is why I hesitate to discuss the condition of my vintage cards. I desire to see them beyond their physical state, to focus on the thrill of discovery when I first laid eyes on them, the comfort of looking at them displayed and soaking in the memories, and the joy I feel sharing stories with fellow collectors. Each card carries a piece of my personal history, intertwined with the broader narrative of sports and culture and the passage of time. Through my collection, I want to be transported to Lambeau Field in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin during the mid-1960s, to be amongst the thousands of fans sharing space and time, witnessing the Packers enter the field, clad in green and gold, as the stadium erupts in thunderous applause. Our breath visible in the cold, crisp air as we cheer on our heroes, Starr, Taylor, and Horning, as they prepare to do battle on the frozen tundra. Take me back to a seemingly simpler place where I can casually relax on a warm, pleasant, sunny day and enjoy the ambiance of Dodger Stadium. The year is 1963, and they are taking on the rival Giants. I settle into my seat with a Dodger dog and ice-cold Coke in hand. My eyes become fixated to the man on the mound, the Dodgers fireballer, the 6'5" Don Drysdale. As the Giants' leadoff hitter third baseman Jim Davenport steps into the batter's box, you can feel the intensity radiating from Drysdale. His imposing figure and steely gaze were enough to unnerve even a seasoned player like Davenport. Drysdale's reputation preceded him, and you knew you were up against one of the toughest pitchers in the game. His first pitch is a devastating fastball, up and in, 95 miles per hour for ball one. Davenport moves back, knowing he may be in for a long day. And he's right. 3 strikes later, he's sitting in the dugout as the first of 11 strikeouts that would be recorded that day. He fell victim to Drysdale's curveball, which had a sharp, late break that made it difficult to read and even harder to hit. To see a master of psychological warfare work 9 innings as he used his intimidating presence to mow down batter after batter was a sight to see. As I look at these cards of Bill Barber, Bernie Parent, and Bobby Clark, it conjures up memories of what it was like to attend a Flyers game in 1975 and sit high up in the steep seating of the Philadelphia Spectrum. Though I am in the nosebleeds, it is still an intimate setting that makes me feel on top of the action as I watch the team known as the Broad Street Bullies disrupt the flow of the game with their aggressive and physical style of play. I hear the sound of skates slicing across the ice, the clash of bodies against the boards, and the thunderous roar each time the puck at the end of a Flyer's stick finds its way into the net. I never attended any of these games, but I look at these cards and feel as if I was there. I don't want to see the physical blemishes, because to me, these cards represent far more than their physical state. They are portals to cherished memories, gateways to a world where heroes wore jerseys and stadiums echoed with the cheers of fans. Each card holds a narrative of the players who inspired generations, the games that become historic, and the moments that defined eras. When I think about condition, I feel a tinge of unease, not because I dismiss its importance in preservation or value, but because I fear it distracts from what truly captivates me about these cards. It's the stories they tell, the connections they foster, and the nostalgia they evoke that fuel my passion for collecting. I want my vintage collection to center on the thrill of discovery, the historical significance, and the emotional resonance they hold. I want my collection to celebrate the shared experiences of acquiring the card of a childhood hero, the celebration of the beauty of the design and photography, and the wonder of uncovering a long sought-after card. Above all, I want my collection of vintage sports cards to be a deeply personal journey, a connection to my own past and the memories that shape my love for sports. You see, I remember trading cards with friends on my front porch, poring over statistics and debating the merits of different players. These cards were more than just pieces of cardboard. They were tokens of friendship, shared passions, and youthful dreams. As I grew older, my appreciation for these cards deepened. They became touchstones of nostalgia, reminding me of the joy and innocence of childhood, of lazy afternoons spent watching games with family, and of the lessons learned about perseverance and sportsmanship. Each card represents a chapter in my own story, a reminder of the values instilled in me through the universal language of sports that we all share. Now, I'm not just preserving pieces of sports history. I feel as when I have these cards in my hand, I'm embracing a cultural legacy that moves beyond time. They embody a spirit of the era. They're capturing the magic of pop culture, just the thrill of memorable moments. They're more than just artifacts. The cards are a window into a world where sports heroes become legends, where passion knew no bounds, and where the power of a simple card could spark a lifetime of memories and inspiration. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll talk again soon.